Vinny, you look like you enjoyed that one in the end.
Yeah, I probably over celebrated, but there was a lot of verbals on the sideline from people behind the dugout and stuff like that. So I'm from this part of the town. I live literally. I grew up maybe 2 miles from here. So when you hear that stuff, no matter who you're involved with, it was disappointing. But so I probably over celebrated. But look, so be it. Our fans were outstanding tonight, and I felt they needed to see me recognise what effort they made as well. So it was an outstanding night for us.
Yeah, it was a really dramatic win in the end. Maybe deserved or undeserved in the way.
Yeah, listen, we've played in our first game of the season, had 29 shots on goal, and had a man taken down for penalty and broke his leg. We've had other nights where we've dominated up in Finn Harps and struggled. So that's part of the way it goes. Yes, we weren't at our best tonight, but in one sense we've seen that coming. Rovers are very strong centrally in midfield, and we were just short in there because losing Jordan this week is effective as Sean's not ready yet, but he's coming back. Jamie McGrath's coming back, and Robbie Benson. They've only trained 3 or 4 days before tonight. So once we fixed stuff at half time, I thought we were much better second half, and we did get our wide players and our fullbacks on it, and improved from there.
Does that show the variety within the side that you can actually defend well, like when your backs are up against the wall, because it was mostly Shamrock Rovers in the first half anyway?
Yeah, I know Jack Byrne hit the crossbar. Maybe I don't know whether he got in any other stage other than a few set pieces. We did expect at times they might have a lot of the ball in front of us. I thought we dealt with it well. But look, they're a good side. You come away from home to a place like this. They're well drilled. They've a great sort of setup. They're very organised, and their coaching staff deserve huge credit for what how they've kicked them on this year. And we had to dig in, and we did, thankfully.
It was a really feisty encounter. Do you think Gary Rogers might have been lucky enough to stay in the pitch, or do you think it was a deserved yellow card?
Well, look, I'm going to say, obviously at the time, I thought there was 3 or 4 people sort of goal side of the ball when it happened. He kicked it away from goal. They will say it's a straight red. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Would have changed the game. I don't know. We may have set in and just defended. But we should have got a penalty here in the 90th minute in the 3rd game of the season, and we didn't. And it put us under massive pressure then, because we'd drawn our first 2 games. And there was a blatant penalty on Sean Gannon back then, and so I suppose we feel hard done by back then. We had a penalty showed in the first half where the linesman just said it hit his hand, and then he couldn't really expand on both at half time. So look, I don't know until I see it back whether we were lucky or not, but at the same time I thought the players defended really strongly tonight.
And that obviously puts you 8 points clear at top of the table. Does that mean anything at this stage of the season?
No, I'm afraid it's a boring answer. It doesn't, because we've been the other side of it. We've got Europe, Rovers of Europe as well. Rovers could end up with 6 games in Europe. Will they have games called off? We could end up with 4, 6, 8. Will we have games called off? Will allow the team get back in? All games in hand are no use to you, which we've already seen ourselves. So we don't look at it that way. We just have to focus really on Monday. Unfortunately, that's the boring answer.
Does that game give you confidence going into the European games now, that you might actually, in some of those games, you might have to defend like that? That you can show that you can play with backs against the wall, but then you can break on the counter attack and get those goals when needed?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think we worked really hard over the last 2 weeks, and it was a concern whether we'd overcooked them a little bit, but I think it'll stand to us. We were short in midfield tonight in terms of fitness levels, but like the way we defended tonight, we were missing Dean Jarvis and Dan Cleary out of the side tonight, out of the squad. So we're very happy with who played, how they performed from a defensive point of view, and it gives us great hope going forward.